The fundamental symbol of all existence, the circle, is also a symbol meaning the family, the clan, the tribe, or nation, and eventually all of creation. The circle of sacred hoop explains especially that native spirituality and native existence itself is deeply rooted to the land. People and place together form a cultural unity, and the land, the Mother Earth, it has importance because it's the place where our ancestors are buried, to rest and back one day converted in a new spirit. Hi everyone, my name is Mauricio. I'm going to talk about my project of Green Burial Ottawa Valley. I wanted to start with these ideas to establish a foundation for this project, the Green Burial in the Ottawa Valley area, specifically in the locality of Killaloe, in the eastern part of the province of Ontario. It's an area which is home to the Algonquin people, as well as the mix with Irish, German, and French migrants who thrived in these lands. Killaloe and its surroundings have preserved a lifestyle closely linked to nature and the tradition of the land, where naturist communities have emerged in response to respect for the place where they settle. The site is a 2-acre area located at the northwest of Killaloe on Wildlife Road. It's a flat land situated next to the site with a building on its west side. To the south, it slopes down towards a wooded area that reaches a small river, and the access to the site is provided from the north side, while towards the east, there are more open areas of vegetation. Heading south, near the old town of Killaloe, are naturist communities and heirs of migrant people who over time made this space their home, such as the German settlement. The site can be accessed via Highway 60 or directly from Killaloe. In the site, there are already 2 graves maintained in the new proposal, as well the wooded area that provides shelter from high temperatures in the summer. Upon the analysis of the site, greater enclosure should be generated towards the west, where the presence of a house blurs the notion of a green space and the natural state of the environment. Regarding inspiring images, it can be noted that the naturist perspective of the people who inhabit the area was taken into consideration, thus textures and tones of the wooded area or traditional elements associated with the funeral traditions of migrant people such as the use of rocks and wood are part of the material to highlight. But let's back for a moment to the First Nations. I have learned that the first indigenous people of these lands based their years on the observation of the moon cycle, which is inscribed on the turtle shell. It's not just holding the word. 13 moon cycles of 28 days each, which governed the return of the seasons throughout the year, and which have inspired this design. The project is based on 2 main axes, allowing circulation from east to west, or as we could describe it from a deeper perspective, the path of the spirit from the world of the living people to the land where the dead people rest. In the center is the meeting space where the ancients gathered to recall stories or teach the worldview. That's why I've located the main garden there along with a multifunctional meeting space that serves also for artistic interventions. Regarding the plants and trees on the project, I would like to outline some objectives that are present in the selection of plants. The first is the enclosure toward the west, which is achieved through a sequence of cutleaf weeping birch along with some Manchurian cherries, as you can see there in the plan. The second objective has to do with the symbol of the care of the higher spirits. It's represented by large-scale trees such as balsam firs or white spruce. And the last objective is regarding the use of color. Thus, for the gardens, plants that bloom in purple were used. Purple is a color that in many cultures represents the evocation of death and funeral rites. All this along with a variety of other plants, trees, and shrubs predominantly native to Ontario. In these aerial views, it's possible to appreciate the relationship between the axes, as well as the idea of lunar phases inscribed on the terrain that establish the transition of the spirit. It's possible to appreciate the native garden area and the meeting space. Also, one of the owner's requirements had to do with the option of shelter structures and the space for commemorating and remembering the community. Thus, the pergola appears alongside some sculptures reminiscent of the surrounding communities. An important aspect in any landscaping process is being able to express to the client regarding the evolution of the project over the time, from the initial construction and the development and growth of plants and trees. Thus, visualization models are important to show at least in three stages. The initial stage, where the space opening is appreciated and where the construction aspect of the project stand out more. A second stage, over a period of at least 5 years, showing the transformation of the terrain and the consolidation of its project spaces. And finally, to visualize the project from a perspective of at least 8 to 10 years, where the expected level of the project is reached. At the end of this presentation, I would like to share with you some images that show the environments achieved by the project, the access and parking areas, the entrance and initial reception space, the meeting place, the areas of sculptures and are located in each of the lots or lunar phases of the site. These images are part of the Ontario Valley Green Burial Project and its impact on the territory, whose sole purpose is to establish a milestone and accompany this path to the spiritual world. Thanks for your attention.